revisiting Boredom. I'm not going to do all that stuff because we are returning. This is the sequel video to earlier this summer. Actually, before the summer, we did a video in which we did our summer challenge movie, mega awesome, whatever the fuck it was called. You can find that down here.
Because you're going to put it, whatever it's called, blah blah, with explosions and wubs. Do that.
Yeah,
Whoop, 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 whoop. The whole sound effects and shit. I want that.
So, maybe you can find that down there, and you can watch that if you don't know what we're doing here. Otherwise, we are doing the box office
Christopher Walken on a cooked chicken's head. Bam!
You may have seen this on the Totally Rad show back in the day, or Slash Film Now, they do it. We decided to do it ourselves, as we did last year. So
Christopher Walken's head on a cooked chicken?
Yeah.
We had picked our top 10s. We're not going to go over those. You can watch those in the video. But we are going to tell you now what the top 10 highest grossing movies of the summer of 2014 actually were, for reference. The number one highest grossing movie of the summer of 2014, I'm not going to do that every time, was Guardians of the Galaxy.
No way! That's a surprise. Good to see a dark horse.
You didn't know this? But
Good to see a dark horse make it.
2 was Transformers. I don't even remember what it was called anymore. What was the colon?
Age of
Extinction.
Yeah.
Wow, memorable movie right there.
Certainly was a colon involved in
I was going to say Age of...
Yeah!
Number 3, this was the most surprising to me.
Oh,
Maleficent was number 3.
Yeah.
Need to see that.
I never saw it either. Number
Not bad.
4,
summer movie?
yep.
Yeah.
Number 4 was X-Men.
Came out.
Days of Future Past was number 4.
Decent. Good.
5 was Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. 6 was Amazing Spider-Man 2. 7 was Godzilla. 8, 22 Jump Street. 9, How to Train Your Dragon 2.
So that.
And number 10, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
I'm kind of surprised people went and saw that movie.
I'm not surprised they went, but I'm surprised it made the top 10.
I think I made the time in my schedule to not see that movie.
That's correct. I have not seen it either.
Because you're like, hey, let's go see this movie. It's like, no, I'm good.
I think that and Maleficent are the only movies I didn't see on this list.
I believe I'm the same. Oh, and How to Train Your Dragon, I didn't see that.
Oh, I saw that. It was awesome.
Yeah. Alright.
Okay.
How'd we do?
So, 5th place. Let's build this up. 5th place in us. Now, also, we should mention Brian is not here, Richard are not here. They couldn't join us today, but they also had done lists.
They told us how to long.
Bitches. Axl Rose ate him.
5th place.
He's hungry.
Wow, we are really on the Axl Rose kick today. 5th place was Josh with 30 points. You can get the point system
Somewhere else on the internet.
on the last video. Actually, there's a link to it. So 30 points. Josh was in 5th place.
Respectable 30 points.
4th place. You notice I didn't start with 6, even though 6 people did it. 4th place was a tie between Casey and Brian with 37
White
points.
and roll of Brian is Casey's beard.
Yeah.
So 37 points.
Ooh.
You guys didn't do it last year, so this is your first year doing it, so solid effort for first timers.
I was last place last year.
Which brings us to 3rd place, which was Kit. 3rd place. He's moving up from last to 3rd. Big jumper. 2nd place, which is an important spot to us, was Richard. We're not going to go through that. Nice. Way to celebrate for Richard in 2nd place there.
Richard, if you're at home watching this right
you
now,
know what to do.
you know what you gotta do.
But he had 46 points, so
He'll know
good
what it
score.
means.
46 is a good point.
He'll know
It was a
what it
good point
means.
total.
It means yes to make
But-
a video.
For the 2nd straight year, I came in first with 50 points.
I thought Richard was gonna be jerking off more.
So, 2nd straight year,
Oh, God.
I have held my title
It's bad.
for this competition, and
Next year.
we'll see what happens next year.
Okay, I wonder what the top movie from next year.
I've already said we're all gonna have the same #1 movie next summer. That'll be the difference between last year and this year.
Wouldn't it be crazy if it wasn't?
That would be crazy.
That's gonna be a Nicolas Cage movie #1.
Yes, no, that won't happen.
You're right. National Treasures 3 is gonna be.
No.
Ghost Rider
Those
3.
Obviously, next year we're all gonna put Avengers: Age of Ultron at #1.
Does anyone want Doctor Strange to be really played by Nicolas Cage as a motherfucking sorcerer?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what it
I would take it.
What do you mean? Does anyone else? You mean does anyone not want?
is. Well, they already chose somebody. Who did they choose? Or did they
Nicolas
choose somebody?
Cage.
Okay, so based on this list, Was there anything that surprised you first? Let's go with that. I already said Maleficent was a surprise to me at 3. Was there anything else? Guardians at 1 was a pretty good surprise.
I thought How to Train Your Dragon would do
Would do better. I think
there was a lot of that was
my number 1.
Honestly, I put Guardians at number 2, namely because I wanted to do really good. I didn't actually believe it was going to catch on as well as it did.
But they knocked that motherfucker.
They
out of the park.
fucking did. I was
It's funny
so
because
surprised.
I had a lot of faith in Guardians and I would have put it higher, but Brandon kept going like, "Oh no, it's coming out in August. It won't make as much money because it doesn't have much time." And I believed him. I believed you, Brandon.
I don't know.
I had it in 6. You had it in 6 as well.
Yeah, I did. Like I was originally going to have it up in the top 3, but I was like, Brandon's right.
Don't listen to me
What
then.
did I do?
Well, next year I won't.
I've only won this 2 years in a row. Why would you listen to me?
Middle on the bottom.
I believed in you, and you let me down.
So, yeah, I mean, Guardians did a lot better. I know why Guardians did a lot better also, though.
That's number 2.
Nothing did that great
A lot of us had Sin City
this
in
summer.
there.
Yeah, some of you guys did, which was kind of weird. I
Richard,
didn't know.
me, Kit.
Wow, good television
Richard,
here.
me, and Kit.
Good. and Richard, right?
We practiced.
Richard, me, and Kit, and Richard. You're right.
Like me.
Oh, I didn't hear you say
Oh, that's weird. Why is it 6 for me and Richard, but 5?
No, you have it 7. You have Purge at 6.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
So,
I expect. Look, people talked about the Purge for a while afterward. I was pissed off. Honestly, the Purge, amazing when you're drunk. Holy shit! You see it?
you know what though? Every
Damn it.
person that talks about The Purge watched it on like HBO or Redboxed it or Netflixed it. Nobody watched it in the theater.
Good point.
Alright, anyways, what I was saying before, I think part of the reason Guardians
Civil War shit.
Part of the reason Guardians is number 1 is because there was no... Well, yeah, it was awesome, but there was no definite movie that was, like, huge numbers. Everything on this top 10, like, Guardians got over 300 now, but everything else was in the, like, 200, 250 range. 200 million to 250 million. They were all in the same area. Like, everything was grouped together. There wasn't much difference. They all made around the same amount of money. So... You know, a lot of these things are grouped around the same. I guess the same people saw all these movies. Oh, wait, that was us.
Is it weird if I think that Guardians might be one of the few movies with the original sort of idea of the top 10? Like Transformers has had.
I've heard people say that before.
Maleficent's based off Sweet Beauty.
I've heard that before too, but
X-Men
Guardians is a comic. It's not like
It is, but I mean, movie-wise, there's been movies that had Maleficent, like
Well, no, I get what he's saying.
Transformers.
It's basically a new IP, but you got
Yeah.
a sequel based off of.
It's had a book, but still.
Sequel.
Sequel.
Based off of.
Yeah.
based
reboot.
off of sequel,
Reboot.
based off of yeah.
Reboot being shared.
They're all reboots. And
That's
sequels.
mine.
Guardians of the Galaxy was something different. I kind of just like.
No, that was another thing about like a lot of people are going in this movie like, well, Guardians, like originally everyone. Well, it's good because it's like not like your big major superheroes. It's a superhero movie, but it's characters that most people don't know anything about.
Like
a setting nobody really knows anything about. It was a really untested movie.
This summer had a lot of
Blew everyone
sequels,
the fuck
reboots,
away.
and fucking shit like that, but yeah.
I know what you're saying. Part of the reason Guardians is number 1 is what I think you're trying to say, and that is it seems different.
It stood out.
Never expect.
It seems different from the rest of these movies.
Yeah, it stood out from the rest.
It is not a sequel or a reboot or reimagination.
Edge of Tomorrow stuck out, but I think a lot of people.
But it's
just
not in the
didn't
top
wanna see a
10.
movie. I think a lot of people
Which
just
it
didn't want
sucks
to see a
because
movie with
actually I think
Tom
you
Cruise.
and me were.
I had it as a dark horse.
Yeah, me,
Dark
you,
Horse.
Kit
and
did.
Kit.
You did.
Yeah, Dark Horse.
I had hope. Good
I
hopes.
wish it was in the top 10.
Yeah, I thought it
Yeah.
should have.
It was
And I don't like Tom
I
Cruise.
wouldn't mind seeing it again.
I said that.
I want it.
I said
I want
that
to
in
own it.
our. You can link it right there. Link our Edge of Tomorrow.
I think that was the
review.
surprising movie for all of us in terms of quality.
Yeah, no,
It
yeah.
was Edge of Tomorrow.
I liked all the movies I had in my list, but I think Edge of Tomorrow was the one that really surprised me because, like I said, I don't like Tom Cruise at all.
You mean you like Transformers?
No, but he's not surprised that people like
Yeah, I know.
No, but look at I put movies that I thought were shitty on my list because I thought they do well.
Okay, another interesting thing looking at these lists. A lot of us had A Million Ways to Die in the West. Either in
I
the
thought
top
it was going to
10
be the comedy. You were supposed to be the comedy
I
movie of the
agree.
year. You were
Well,
supposed to be
well,
the best of us.
Wait, no, I have 22 Jump Street higher, but I thought it was going to do a lot better. I think we were all blinded by how much money Ted made, and so we just assumed that the
Yeah.
next Seth
Well, no.
MacFarlane movie would make a bunch of
I remember when I put my list, because it's Million Ways to Die in the West and 22 Jump Street were the only two comedies I put on there. And I looked at them both and I went, Ted did really good. I mean, 21 Jump Street did good, but I figured out of the two of them, only one was going to make the top 10, and I sided with Seth MacFarlane.
You know what's funny is that as I look at my list, I kind of think if I actually put the movies, I actually really would. Like, I don't know where the paper is that actually had the movies.
I don't either. I
anticipating,
probably lost it.
But like fucking Guardians of the Galaxy probably would have been was actually number one.
was number
It was my number one.
Yeah, and then
It was
like
ours.
Purge wouldn't have been on
It
the
was
list.
You say that, but it wasn't.
This actually would like I probably would have done fairly well, I guess.
I don't remember what I was either Spider-Man or Guardians.
You might have had Spider-Man.
I was really looking for the Spider-Man.
Spider-Man's the movie that really didn't hold up as the summer went on.
Yeah, people were still pissed off, but I'm not pissed off. Some people like didn't like it as much.
I still like it. Oh,
I don't think it's a bad movie. I just think there are some major issues with
The complaints I hear
I
from
may
people
go home,
though,
download
were
it,
just
and
like
watch it really loud and annoy my neighbors.
the complaints I hear about Spider-Man are like shit, like like you didn't read the comics at all. I was like, well, why do you say that? I was like, your complaint. All right, he talks too much during the fights. Yeah,
No,
he
that's-
talks way
that's
too much.
not
Like
the complaint.
That's Spider-Man. No, like I asked people.
Okay, well that's not a complaint.
They
that
said
I've
it was
heard.
too much of a romance.
That again isn't
I've heard-
something I've heard.
Where are you getting these
from
complaints?
people,
All right, teenagers.
I talked to.
From Culver's.
not teenagers, 20-year-olds.
From
Still.
golfers, okay.
Oh, who do you talk to
All
about
right.
this stuff?
The internet.
Is there anything?
The internet's full of lies and
Oh.
bullshit.
Is there anything we learned
Well,
from
that's
this
true.
list? Is there anything we learned from this list going into next year that we could take?
No,
Trust my gut.
Trust
Yeah.
your gut.
Yeah.
don't listen to Brandon.
Okay, so don't listen to me. Trust your
Even
gut.
though
Whoa.
he researches the books.
Oh, look,
it pays up.
Josh. I never listen to Brandon. It's fine.
I learned don't be afraid of Disney live-action movies unless they have Johnny
That's
Depp in them.
Ah, that's true. That's a good lesson to pull away from this. You should be playing like the Scrubs learning music right now.
I don't know what that is, but
We all learned something. This summer movie challenge.
I'll try to find it.
We all learned something this movie challenge. You can trust a Disney live action movie if Johnny Depp's not in it.
Honka tonka. Honka tonka tonka.
Michael Bay's draw into our childhood is pretty much
But I was upset
ran.
about
He's
it.
gone to the well once too often, and
Well, it's
shows.
starting to decrease now a lot. So, like,
Right.
you know, you
But-
can't guarantee
well,
Transformers.
Because it keeps shitting on everyone's
All
child.
right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Well, you look at these movies. If this would have been like 3 years ago, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Transformers, those would have probably been top movies.
Look,
Yeah.
I don't see a
Because
reason to
people
see a
would have
nice.
just went to it.
I don't see another reason to see another Michael Bay movie unless he makes Bad Boys 3. In which case, I see that because
Yeah.
Bad Boys 1 and 2 were great. So
Yeah.
2 isn't great.
I like
it was.
2.
They,
2 was
he
awesome.
gave-
It was
he-
alright.
He gave up the ghost and just
It was alright. It was
fucking
too
went for
long.
I think
Bad
that's
Boys
around
2 is
six.
It
like.
was awesome.
It's way too long. Isn't it like a 2.5 hour long movie?
Oh, maybe.
It's so
fun.
long.
Point Break or Bad Boys 2?
Point Break.
Which one do you think I would prefer? No, which one do you want to see first?
Alright, so I think that just about wraps it up. Hope you enjoyed this. If you are interested in this, be sure to check this out next summer. We will probably be doing
It's
this
only
again.
9, 10.
Hey, that'll
minutes
fly
away.
by. That'll fly by.
The snow
So
will
yeah.
have just cleared here in Wisconsin.
Great, they know we live in Wisconsin still.
I think they've gotten that off of the rest of the
We've mentioned
videos
that.
several
Even
times.
with my shirt that said "Drink Wisconsinably."
Or our constant references to Kenosha's own Mark Ruffalo. Yeah, I wonder where they would have gotten that.
People don't know where Kenosha is.
Also, like every hat I've
Yeah.
worn has been a Milwaukee
That
or
just
Green
says
Bay.
M.
I don't know what that means. That's like
Look,
fucking-
this is old school Milwaukee
Magneto.
Braves. This
It's
is
red and
Milwaukee
blue.
Braves.
That's Magneto's color.
I thought it was
No,
like
it's Milwaukee Braves.
Literally, I
It's
thought
not
it was like
purple.
All right. First of all, I thought it was like Michigan something.
Okay.
No, Michigan.
This is getting
so-
cut. Because it has nothing to do with it.
Secondly,
Cut it
I didn't
out.
mean to.
they don't
put this
have
going
the
anywhere.
Braves anymore, do they?
But they did. This is a retro hat. Anyways, all right.
So you take
So-
it back for the Native Americans. Got it.
Tell you this.
So, be sure to join us next summer. You can put in the comments your lists or whatever. Maybe I'll tally them up because I know nobody leaves a comment, so I'll only have to do that a couple times. So,
Tell you what, the first 5 comments we'll read and discuss on air. Well, not on air, but on the video.
No
I don't
matter
think
what
anyone's
they
still
are.
looking to comment. Yes, we will read aloud anything you write down there.
If you say like a kid can fit 5 dicks in his mouth, we will discuss
Then Kit
that.
will read that out loud. But
Kid
it's
can
actually
fit
fair,
5
it's
dicks
way
in his
more.
mouth. Let's discuss that.
All right. So,
We're gonna need
anyways,
some dildos
we're gonna wrap it up now. Thanks for joining
or
us.
cucumbers.
Thanks for watching the last video.
Oh, I
if
think
you
one
are seeing what happened, sorry it's a little late, but
My mouth is
we've
really
been busy. So, yeah, find your own ways of resisting boredom.
If I have to
Good
work
luck.
it, they're not going to come.
that right.
Human grocery store ain't that rich. Guess that's a line, I don't know.
Human grocery store. Gets a,
Come on, man, eat the rich.
I think I'm gonna have to ask Axl Rose about that one, about human grocery store.
Dude, he's
Axel!
like, dude, I was hot when I did that. That's